gathering information about wisdom is not getting wisdom. So you can come here and sit, and we can talk about wisdom forever, and you can listen. You can put together every verse in the Bible that has to do with wisdom, and you can carry it around with you all the time. Like maybe you do. If you have a Bible, maybe on your phone, you can gather all of God's wisdom in one place and carry it with you, and you still will not get wisdom. So gathering information, even having knowledge about wisdom, is not getting wisdom. When we talk about getting wisdom, we talk about receiving God's wisdom into our lives. We talk about making God's wisdom an actual practical part of our lives that actually impacts what we say and do outside of church. That's getting God's wisdom. It's receiving God's wisdom so much into our lives that it changes how we think. That's a big one, isn't it? Man, it changes what we say. That's a big one. And it changes ultimately what we do. And as soon as God's wisdom begins to actually change what we do, now we're in the transformation zone. Now it's actually working. Jesus is actually changing our lives. That's the goal, is to get wisdom to a place that we are actually transformed. And let me give you a little more sharp news. We are transformed from our flesh-based, self-created actions and reactions. We are transformed from our flesh-based, world-influenced, self-created actions and reactions, and we're transformed from that into wisdom-based actions and reactions, not wisdom from the world or from our flesh, but actually wisdom from God. And we take that wisdom and we become transformed by it to the extent that how we think, what we say, what we do actually changes. We have got to not keep doing what the world is doing. We've got to not keep doing what the world is convincing us to do. And we have got to not keep doing what our self wants to do. We have to not keep doing what we think we should do. Because if we're doing what we think we should be doing, that's our flesh, sin nature. If we're doing what the world says to be doing, then we're copying the behavior of the world. And both of those are kind of a losing deal for a Christ follower. Instead, we have to allow God to transform us into a new person by changing the way we think.